ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا
Good evening. Today is Thursday, November 21st, 2024. I'm Suleiman Talash and you are watching RTA News. Maulavi Muhammad Yaqub Mujahid, Minister of National Defense, met with Hassan Kazemi Qawmi, Iranian ambassador to Kabul, and his accompanying delegation. The Ministry of National Defense says that in this meeting, the two sides discussed strengthening friendly relations, good neighbor lines, trade, border cooperation, and issues of Afghan refugees, and emphasized the readiness of the two countries to expand bilateral cooperation in various sectors. Sheikh al-Hadith Nur Muhammad Saqib, Minister of Guidance, Hajj and Endowments, met with Maulavi Naqibullah Ahmadi, Ambassador of the Islamic Emirate to Malaysia. In this meeting, Mr. Saqib said that the Islamic Emirate has taken effective steps to serve Afghans and wants friendly diplomatic relations with all countries. On the other hand, Maulavi Naqibullah Ahmadi said that the Malaysian government is interested in strengthening bilateral relations, especially religious, cultural, and social cooperation with Afghanistan. The Minister of Interior Affairs laid the foundation stone of the new police headquarters building in Coast. In a meeting held in this regard, Khalifa Sirajuddin Haqqani, the Minister of Interior Affairs, expressed his satisfaction with the rapid progress of construction and reconstruction work, added that the development of the country is not limited to physical buildings, but also has a fundamental and special value in building the hearts of the people and creating an atmosphere of trust and sincerity among them. According to this ministry, the work of this building will be completed within 15 months at a cost of 71 million Afghanis. Maulavi Fazl Muhammad Haqqani, the ambassador of the Islamic Emirate to Iran, met with Nuruddin Azizi, the Minister of Industry and Commerce. The Ministry of Industry and Commerce said that in this meeting, the two sides discussed trade transactions, the activities of the Afghan businessmen in Iran, and various other issues. The head of the Norwegian Refugee Committee for Afghanistan met with Mullah Muhammad Saqib Inqilabi, the Deputy Governor of Kandahar Province. The Provincial Information and Culture Department posted on its X page saying that the two sides discussed addressing the urgent problems of returnees from Pakistan. During the meeting, the representative of the Norwegian Committee also assured of cooperation with the urgent problems of migrants. The Chamber of Commerce and Investment says that 80% of Afghan trade through Pakistan's Karachi port has decreased and has been diverted to Bandar Abbas and Central Asian countries instead. However, the Ministry of Industry and Commerce says that in the first 10 months of this year, the trade volume with Pakistan was approximately $2 billion, of which $637 million were exports and the rest were imports. We have more details in this report.
Afghanistan and Pakistan are two neighboring countries that have had bilateral trade for years. But in the last 2 years, the Pakistan government has adopted a policy against Afghan traders that goes against international principles and trade laws and has increased taxes on Afghan goods, which has led to a decline in the trade between the two countries.
They have made some decisions against the international and commercial laws, like taxing our transit and imposing tariffs and imposing regional taxes on our exports, all of which led to decrease the commercial and transit relations between Afghanistan and Pakistan.
At the same time, Afghan traders call Pakistan's recent policy against Afghanistan detrimental to the two countries and say that trade should not be linked to politics and that both sides should work together to promote trade.
In order to strengthen this relationship or this trade, both countries need to hire a special representative and should evaluate this issue step by step. because our trade is not done without them and their trade is not done without us. We have a lot of common relations and a long shared border.
Furthermore, the Ministry of Industry and Commerce says that in the first 10 months of 2024, trade between Pakistan and Afghanistan amounted to nearly $2 billion.
Afghanistan's trade with Pakistan until 2024 was $1,938 million, of which $637 million were exports and $1,301 million were imports. The main export items were cotton, coal, raisins, onions, carpets, and others.
This is why the Islamic Emirate has always said that its foreign policy with the region and the world is economy-oriented and seek good economic and political relations with all.
Muhammad Ashraf Hakshanas, the spokesperson of the Ministry of Public Works, says that a bridge on the Kalat-Shinkair route in Shinkair district of Zabul province, which was damaged by floods, has been reconstructed and put into use at a cost of about 41 million Afghanis. According to Mr. Hakshanas, the bridge, which is 56.15 meters long, connects the Shamalzo, Atghar and Shinkair districts of Zabul province with the capital Kalat. Cooperation agreements worth more than $3 million have been signed between the Ministry of Industry and Commerce and a number of national and international organizations. Economic experts say that signing memorandums of understanding with organizations can create employment for thousands of people along with the growth of small businesses. Let's see more in this report. The Ministry of Industry and Commerce, in a press release on its X page, said that Nuruddin Azizi, the minister of this ministry, has signed 6 contracts with 5 domestic and 1 international organization. According to the ministry, the value of the signed contracts reaches more than $3 million.
The purpose of signing these memorandums is to economically empower families, develop the business of entrepreneurial youth, support small businesses, and teach the basics of trade and proficiency in the provinces of Kabul, Herat, Bal, Faryab, Nangarhar, Khost, Takhar, Badakhshan, and Bamyan.
On the other hand, economic affairs experts say that signing memorandums of understanding with organizations can create employment opportunities for thousands, along with the growth of small businesses.
To support and structure Afghanistan's microeconomy, thousands of people can be trained and empowered to re-professionalize based on Afghanistan's conditions. One of the reasons could be that, due to the opportunities provided, investments, especially in the private sector, have turned to Afghanistan again.
This is while the Ministry of Industry and Commerce has signed several project cooperation agreements with domestic and foreign organizations this year, which have provided direct and indirect employment opportunities for a number of citizens. Kandahar media outlets quoted officials from the Khirqa Sharifa as saying that our 4 foreign tourists have accepted Islam in the past few months in the province through invitation. According to officials, 2 of them were Buddhists from Thailand and 2 were Christians from Slovakia and Slovenia. And the final one is that the Deputy Minister of Counter-Narcotics of the Ministry of Interior Affairs has arrested a man on suspicion of smuggling more than 70 kilograms of methamphetamine in Nimroz province. According to the deputy, the man who had 79 kilograms of methamphetamine in a car was arrested by the anti-narcotics police of the Ministry of Interior Affairs. And that's all for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Stay with us to stay updated. Have a good night.
Sato i pasro vino da shahidan kur